Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're staying warm. See if maybe you're affected by that freeze or that Arctic storm, whatever is coming. I know we're getting it tonight in Southeast Texas. Supposed to get a heck of a lot of snow, which the last time we got a heck of a lot of snow around here was decades ago. It's been a long time, but supposed to get a lot of snow. Been outside fixing everything, getting everything ready for the winter storm the next couple of days. MLK Day. Hope you're off today to celebrate what that man did, a great man did, Martin Luther King Jr. If not, yeah, this sucks. But such is life. Anyway, we are going to go over the things that happened this last weekend. College basketball. Go preview some things coming up. National championship game tonight. Ohio State, Notre Dame. I think that'll be a pretty good game. Before we do that, got some news items. So before we start, hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. With it, let's get started. This first story here kind of pisses me off, really. Sunbelt, they have fined Marshall University. Sunbelt Conference has fined Marshall University $100,000 for opting out of the Independence Bowl last month, even though their roster lost 36 players to the transfer portal. Remember, Army took over for them, went and played in that game, beat Southern Miss. They had 41 total players after the mass exit of all these players. Then the Sunbelt Conference was to fine them. If I'm Marshall, I'm pissed. In fact, I'm probably looking for a new conference. If that's what you're going to do to me after what happened to us, screw you. Who needs you? Marshall, go find a new conference. Screw them. Ole Miss edge rusher Suntarine Perkins may miss spring football coming up after undergoing labrum surgery, which is soft tissue either between the shoulders or down in the hip area. Didn't say where exactly. But he had 10 sacks and 14 tackles for loss last season, led the SEC in sacks. So he's going to be out, unfortunately, for spring football. Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan men's basketball game is under investigation after multiple booking organizations reported unusual wagering activity for that game. So they're looking into it to see, I don't know, maybe players were involved or whatever. I haven't heard anything else about this, but it's just under investigation, the things that went on. I guess people making crazy ass bets will do that. That'll draw the attention to things. Hey, Dick Vitale, remember he kept got cancer a couple times, beat him both times. He was set to call basketball game coming up. I believe it was Duke and Wake Forest. He was going to come back to TV. I mean, beat cancer. He's coming back to call that game for the first time since 2023. He's going to miss that because he fell at home, hurt himself. So his return is going to be delayed. Dick, I know you probably don't watch this, but hey, praying for you, brother. Hope you get better and are back to the announcing desk here pretty soon. Tennessee defensive end James Pierce Jr. declares for the NFL draft. South Dakota Coyotes. Remember, they went to the playoffs this year, I think the last couple of years too. Their coach, Bob Nelson, he's stepping down after 9 seasons at the helm there for the Coyotes. Defensive coordinator Travis Johnson, he is going to take over. I don't think there's anything scandalous. I think he's just going to retire. So Bob Nelson, not going to be the coach of South Dakota Coyotes anymore in the FCS level. Steve Sarkisian and UT agree on a new deal. His salary will increase to $10.3 million. And then longtime NFL assistant Rob Ryan, remember him? He's always got the long hair and stuff like. He is USC's new linebacker coach. And speaking of which, USC, they've hired some ex-pros and ex-coaches to come in there and to shape up what's going on over there. Anyway, all right, so go back to Friday. Go over some things here. Akron, they moved to 12-5. They beat Ohio 92-80. Akron's grade, 22 points, 5 rebounds. They hit 10 3-pointers in that game. 14-4, VCU beat 11-7 St. Joseph's, 78-69. VCU, 20 for 27 from the free throw line. Not bad. Indiana, they moved to 14-5. They beat Ohio State by 1 in overtime. Luke Good for Indiana hit a 3-point shot with a minute left. Anthony Leal blocked the Buckeyes' Mackey Jr.'s jumper with the second to seal that win in overtime. So if you got all that, good. What else happened? 10-9 DePaul. They beat 12-6 Georgetown, 73-68. That win ends DePaul's 39-game regular Big East season loss. They've lost 39 games to the Big East teams in regular season. That's crazy. Not anymore, but they ended that by beating Georgetown. UCLA beat Iowa 94-20. Both of them are 12-6 now. That win ends UCLA's 4-game skid they went on. New Mexico, they moved to 15-4. They beat 13-6 Boise State, 84-65. New Mexico, 41% or 54% from the field, and they scored 20 points off of turnovers. All right, so some of the things that happened on Saturday: Alabama, Kentucky, a hell of a game. Alabama beat them 102-97. Nelson for Alabama, 25 points, 11 rebounds. Sears, 24 points. He had 4 3-pointers. Bama shot 45% from the field, made 13 3-pointers in that game. They were 29 for 34 from the free throw line. Kentucky's Owe, 21 points, 6 rebounds. Butler behind him, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. They shot 48% from the field, hit 11 3-pointers, 16 for 20 from the free throw line. Good game. It really was. 2-point game at the half. At one point in the second half, Alabama went on a 14-4 run. But then Kentucky, man, they just fought back, came back, made a game of it, lost by 5 at the end. Really was a good game. One of the best games I've probably seen all year. Florida State beat Georgia Tech 91-78. They are 13-5 now. Louisville, they moved to 14-5. Beat Virginia 81-67. Louisville, 20 points off of turnovers, 23 for 27 from the free throw line. Nice for them. Another overtime game. Clemson, they moved to 15-4. They beat 12-6 Pitt, 78-75. Clemson's Hunter, 20 points, 5 rebounds, hit 5 3-pointers on this one. They shot 51% from the field and hit 14 total 3-pointers. For Pitt, it was Corn and Lowe. They each had 15 points each. Leggett, 18 points. Pitt, 45% from the field. They had 17 points off of turnovers. I kept switching back to this one while I was watching the Bama-Kentucky game. That one was looking like it was a pretty good game, too. Let's see what else we got. 12-6 Creighton beat number 14, UConn, 68-63. Creighton's Neal, 24 points. They shot 48% from the field. That win snaps UConn's 28 home game win streak. Ball and Dira for UConn, 15 points each. They shot 45% from the field. Houston, boy, they got out of there with a win, didn't they? Number 10, Houston beat 12-5 Central Florida, 69-68. Roberts for the Cougars, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Made the go-ahead layup in that game with 1.1 seconds left to win that one. UCF's Thyme, 18 points, 5 rebounds. Both teams scored 10 points off of turnovers. 14-5 George Mason beat 13-5 George Washington, 80-77. Took 2 overtimes to do it, though. George Mason, 42% from the field. George Washington, 39% from the field. Another great one. Although it started off, looked like it was going to be an ass whipping, turned out to a pretty good game. Number 1, Auburn beats number 23, Georgia by 2, 70-68. Auburn's Pedalford, 24 points, hit 5 3-pointers, came off the bench to do that also. Kelly and Baker Mozarter, 13 points each. Georgia's Newell, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Kane and Lawrence had 12 points each. Auburn, only 39% from the field in this game, though. 10 3-pointers, 12 for 20 from the free throw line, 13 points off of turnovers. Georgia was better, 46% from the field. They hit 7 3-pointers, but what may have done them in, they hit 9 for 20 from the free throw line. That's very, very poor free throw shooting in that one. Auburn led 24-8 midway through the first half, and I figured, seriously, this is it, huh? This is it. Y'all are done. But hey, give Georgia credit. They came back, made it interesting at the end, missed the last couple of shots to tie it up or win it at the end of the game. So I am not ready to write Georgia off. Uh, they seem to be better in conference play than they have in the last couple of years. Last week or the week before, they beat Kentucky and Oklahoma, I think. So they played Tennessee and Auburn this past week. Lost those games, so they went 2 for 2 out of top 25 teams. So I'm not really ready to put them off in their usual spot of going downhill in January. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. They're a pretty good team. They just got to work on that free throw shooting. That's for sure. Number 9, Kansas. They moved to 13-4. They beat their rival Kansas State by 10. Dickinson for Kansas, 24 points, 8 rebounds. 11-8, Delaware beat 13-6 Elon by 2. Camden for Delaware, 28 points in that game. North Alabama, they moved to 12-7, beat North Florida by 6. 10-9, Florida Gulf Coast beat 12-7 Queens, 60-47. 9-6 Yale beat 11-4 Columbia, 92-88. Yale's Palacadios, I think to say his name, Palacadios, 29 points, hell of a game for him. 12-5 Cincinnati beat Arizona State by 7. 9-9 Duquesne beat 15-4 St. Bonaventure, 75-57. Duquesne hit 14 3-pointers in that game. 14-4 Rhode Island beats 12-6 Davidson by 2. Thompson for Rhode Island hit a 3-pointer with 1 second left to win that game. 13-4 Texas Tech beat 11-6 Arizona, 70-54. Texas Tech into this game on a 17-2 run. God dang. 12-7 Xavier beat number 7 Marquette, 59-57. Fremantle for Xavier, 14 points, 10 rebounds. They shot 40% from the field. Marquette's Joplin had 18 points, 6 rebounds. They shot 37% from the field. UTEP, 14-4, beat FIU, 81-73. UTEP had 19 points off of turnovers. Princeton, 13-4, beat Dartmouth by 1. Lee for Princeton, 33 points in this game, plus the game-winning 3-point shot at the end. Belmont, 14-5, they beat Evansville by 3. 6-14, Charleston Southern beat 13-7 Radford by 4. Radford actually led that game by 3 points at halftime. 13-6, UNC Ashford beat 13-8 Winthrop, 93-84. UNC Asheville's Marsh, 32 points in that game. 12-6, Stanford beat 12-7 North Carolina by 1, 72-71. Renard for Stanford, 25 points, 13 rebounds. Blake's 20 points plus the game-winning jumper. 1.5 seconds left. Davis for UNC, 19 points. Number 24 Wisconsin beat 11-7 USC, 84-69. Blackwell for Wisconsin, 28 points, 5 rebounds. Klesmit, 18 points. They shot 56% from the field. Badgers had 22 points off of turnovers. Thomas for USC, 19 points, 4 rebounds. Agee came off the bench. He got 15 points. They actually shot 49% from the field. 13-4 Miami of Ohio beat 11-6 Kent State, 70-61. 15-6 North Dakota State beat 11-9 South Dakota, 103-77. White for the Bison, 32 points in that game. Number 17 Purdue beat number 13 Oregon, 65-58. Kaufman for Purdue. Kaufman ran 23 points, 11 rebounds. They shot 34% from the field, 25 for 30 from the free throw line. Biddle for Oregon, 18 points. They shot 36% from the field. Morehead State, they are 12-7. They beat Lindenwood, 82-65. Arkansas State is 14-5. They beat Georgia State, 85-59. Vanderbilt, hell of a year they are having in sports, and we haven't even gotten to baseball yet. They beat number 6 Tennessee, 76-75. Edwards, 18 points. Corey, 14 points, 10 rebounds off the bench. For Tennessee, Lanier, 17 points. He hit 4 3-pointers. Malice, Ocapera, Ziegler. Get all that? Oh, I had 16 points for Tennessee. Vanderbilt, 46% from the field. Tennessee was 48. Vanderbilt made 8 3-pointers, where Tennessee made 10. Vandy, 16 for 19 from the free throw line. Tennessee was 17 for 21. Down by 10 at the 4:24 mark. Nice little comeback for Tennessee, but a little short. Fans stormed the court for the second time this year. They only stormed it once in football, right, for Alabama? Anyway, Tennessee gives up 70 points for the second time this year and lost both those games. Tennessee is now 1-2 in SEC play. That's just crazy, isn't it? Oklahoma moved to 14-4. They beat South Carolina by 20. And they scored 19 points off of turnovers. Florida, number 5, Florida beat Texas 84-60. Martin for Florida, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Clayton Jr., 19 points, 4 rebounds. They shot 49% from the field, grabbed 8 more rebounds than Texas did. Texas Johnson, 16 points. Andamia, 12 points, 10 rebounds. He came off the bench to do that. 36% from the field. South Alabama's 14-5. They beat 11-7 Troy by 1. Dunning for South Alabama hit 2 free throws in this game with 2 seconds left to win that one. Central Connecticut, they're 12-6. They beat FDU 71-60. Dayton is 12-6. They beat 11-7 Loyola Chicago by 2 in overtime. 10-9 Bryant beat 13-6 UMass Lowell 85-62. Bradley, they're 16-3. They beat Murray State 74-61. North Texas, they are 13-4. Beat UTSA 72-57. North Texas grabbed 20 more rebounds than UTSA. Illinois Chicago, they are 12-6. They beat Valparaiso 81-74. Utah Valley, they are 13-6. They beat Utah Tech by 16. 9-10 UT Martin beat 12-7 SIUE by 3. Charleston, they are 15-4, beat Northeastern by 2. Tavares for Charleston, 32 points in that game. 11-7 Kennesaw State beat 13-6 Louisiana Tech by 2. Kennesaw State 18 points off of turnovers. McNeese, they are 13-5. They beat Lamar 75-64. West Virginia beats number 2 Iowa State 64-57. West Virginia small, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. 12 of his points came in the final 2 minutes of that game. That's just incredible, isn't it? 39% from the field. They hit 9 3-pointers. Iowa State's Jones, 18 points, 8 rebounds. They shot 44% from the field. They were 1 of 17 from the 3-point line. That ends their 12-game win streak. Hey, 12-7 Chattanooga beat 15-4 Furman by 4. Champion Bonham, Huff, all scored 16 points for Chattanooga. South Dakota is 12-8. They beat Oral Roberts by 14. Drake is 16-2. They beat Indiana State 71-53. Drake 25 points off of turnovers. In overtime, number 15 Mississippi State beats number 21 Ole Miss, their rival, 84-81. They call that one the Egg Bowl? Or is that just football? Kugel from Mississippi State, 21 points. He hit 4 3-pointers. Murphy, 18 points, 11 rebounds. Guess what? Both Kugel and Murphy came off the bench to do that. Breakfield for Ole Miss, 20.7 rebounds off the bench. Padula, 18 points. Mississippi State, 45% from the field. Ole Miss was 46. Mississippi State, 9 for 27 from three-point land. Ole Miss, 13 for 35. So they need to work on their three-point shooting. Bulldogs, 17 for 28 from the free throw line. Rebels were 8 for 14 from the free throw line. Bulldogs grabbed 22 more rebounds, and they had 8 less fouls than Rebels did. Missouri, they are 15-3. They beat 11-7 Arkansas by 8. Mizzou on a 4-game win streak. Arkansas, 5th straight loss. Man, not a good time to have 5 straight losses. 11-8 Eastern Tennessee State beat 15-4 Stanford by 5. Texas A&M Corpus Christi 13-6 beat Incarnate Word by 6. Washington State, they are 15-5, beat Portland by 22. Washington State have 25 points off of turnovers. Liberty 15-4, they beat New Mexico State by 8. 7-11 Ryder beat 13-3 Marist 64-57. Burton for Ryder, 21 points in that game. 13-5 Middle Tennessee beat 11-7 Western Kentucky 71-57. Lipscomb, they are 13-6. They beat Austin Peay 88-60. 8-11 Southern Illinois beat 11-8 Northern Iowa 73-49. 10-9 ECU beat 11-7 Wichita State by 3. Felton for East Carolina, 3-point shot at the buzzer to win that game. High Point 16-5. They beat Presbyterian by 11. Northern Colorado 14-5. They beat Sacramento State by 4. UNLV's 11-7. Beat 11-5 San Diego State 76-68. 8-8 Idaho State beat 11-8 Montana 86-61. St. Thomas, Minnesota, they are 15-5. They beat Denver 74-62. Grand Canyon, they are 13-5. They beat Charleston State 88-64. Number 3, Duke is 16-2. They beat Boston College 88-63. Flag for Duke, 28 points in that game. St. John's, they are 16-3. They beat Seton Hall 79-51. 11-8, UC Riverside beat 15-4. University of California at San Diego by 4. Hardgrass for UC Riverside, 40 points. Wow. Another one I watched that I enjoy because I'm an A&M fan. Number 11, Texas A&M beat 14-4, 12-6. LSU 68-57. A&M 19 points off of turnovers. LSU just didn't seem to shoot good that night. 13-7, Santa Clara beat number 16 Gonzaga 103-99. Bryan 35 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, hit 7 3-pointers for Santa Clara. Bowell 20 points, he hit 4 3-pointers. Till 17 points. Gonzaga's Hickman 24 points, 5 rebounds. He hit 6 3-pointers. Ike 21 points, 5 rebounds. Santa Clara 54% from the field. Gonzaga was 55. Santa Clara hit 18 3-pointers in this game. Gonzaga only hit 10. They were 13 for 19 from the free throw line, where Gonzaga was 17 for 23. Santa Clara, they did grab 8 more rebounds, and they had 14 points off of turnovers. Utah beat BYU by OT and 1. Both of them are 11-6 now. UC Irvine, they are 17-2, beat Cal Poly 101-71. St. Mary's is 16-3, beat Pepperdine by 24. St. Mary's, 6th win in a row. 16-5, San Francisco beat 14-6 Oregon State, 81-70. Thomas, 24 points. He hit 6 3-pointers for San Francisco. Williams behind him, 21 points. He hit 4 3-pointers. They shot 60% from the field. Oregon State's Rataj, 18 points, 6 rebounds. Minor, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Oregon State shot 44% from the field. Hawaii, they are 12-6. They beat Cal Bakersfield by 11. Moving to Sunday, had a few good games. 14-5 Maryland beat 12-6 Nebraska by 3. Gillespie for the Terrapins, 22 points. He hit 5 3-pointers, including a layup in the final minute to win that game. They shot 45% from the field. Morgan for Nebraska led the way, 17 points, 5 rebounds. Nebraska shot 47% from the field. Number 12, Michigan State. This is a good one. Number 12, Michigan State beat number 19, Illinois, 80-78. Holloman, 17 points for Sparty. Card and Fiddler came off the bench. They scored 11 points. 21 for 27 from the free throw line is what Michigan State shot. Illinois' Riley, 19 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. Ivesy, Boswell, 13 points each. They shot 17 for 27 from the free throw line. Illinois' coach, I'll forget his name, he got teed up 2 shots. He was not happy about it. Every time the Sparty made the technical shot, he was over on the sideline. So he wasn't too happy about getting teed up. Youngstown State, they are 12-8, beat Green Bay 73-69. 10-9, Florida Atlantic beat 11-8 Rice by 2. Florida Atlantic's Glenn tying layup. Miller, 2 free throws to win that game. Another good one that I watched. Number 20, Michigan beat 11-7 Northwestern, 80-76. Northwestern actually led this game by 5 at half. It was looking great. And the second half came along, and Michigan looked a little better. Golden, 31 points, 8 rebounds for the Wolverines. Burnett behind him, 13 points, 6 rebounds. Barnheiser for Northwestern, 21 points, 8 rebounds. Martinelli, 20 points, 6 rebounds behind him. Cleveland State, 14-6. They beat IUI by 11. Cleveland State is on a 10-game win streak. Robert Morris beat Milwaukee, 81-79. Both of them are 13-7. Number 18, Memphis beat Charlotte, 77-68. 10-7, TCU beat number 25, Baylor by 3. TCU, 51% from the field. Baylor, 40% from the field. Didn't bring my water today, and I'm getting thirsty, which is a good thing because I'm almost done. All right, so looking forward tonight. National championship game, 6:30 ESPN, 13-2 Ohio State versus 14-1 Notre Dame. Ohio State better in the passing game, but Notre Dame is slightly better in the rushing game. So we'll see how those two match up. Hey, if that's not your forte, we got some basketball today also. One that already started, CBS Sports, 11-7 William Mary versus 13-5 UNC Wilmington. That could be a good one to check out. If you're working, check it out on the computer. 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, 11-4 Columbia versus 13-4 Princeton. 1 p.m. ESPN Plus, 9-9 Lamar versus 11-7 Nichols. 2 p.m. CBS Sports Network, 10-8 Hofstra versus 10-8 Drexel. 4:30 ESPN Plus, 11-7 UT Rio Grande Valley versus 9-9 Incarnate Word. 5 p.m. on FS1. This could be a good one to get you ready for the national championship game. 12-6 Georgetown versus 12-7 Villanova. Or if not that one, how about this one? 5:30 on Peacock. 10-8 Rutgers versus 12-6 Penn State. Other basketball games on too, but these are the ones that just kind of stuck out to me. So that is it. Gonna try to come back and do a show tomorrow because the national championship game is tonight. Depending on what happens tonight down here, they're talking there might be some power outages and stuff because of the ice and snow. So if not tomorrow, definitely will be Thursday or Friday to wrap up national championship game, the basketball that's happened, and to preview what's coming up this weekend. So hopefully I can do one tomorrow, but if not, oh well. Anyway, hey, if you're in the path of this storm, stay warm. People, plants, pets, protect them all. All right? All right, anyway, stay safe, and we will see you next time.